Well, it's Saturday morning and I'm in the Honda CRZ and you know what time it is. It's time to power on this thing. Okay, so it's now Sunday, and after yesterday's impressive dyno result, which made this car made 128 brake horsepower. Now that was on 99 RON V power, so I'm quite happy with that. 128 brake horsepower. This is the first day since I've owned the car that I've been using it in sports mode. Now, whilst sports mode, in my opinion, livens it up a little bit, it's still not mega quick by any stretch of the imagination. And definitely by looking at that power graph, there's still not a lot there until say 5,000 RPM, and the thing seems to only rev out to 6,500. So there seems to be more I'm going to go with there seems to be more lights on the dashboard, or red lights, making you feel a bit more sporty than actual sportiness. But I still love it. I think it's impressive. I'm really happy with my result. Like I say, it's got a few little mods. It's got a different inlet manifold. It's got an induction kit with a ram air cone on it. And it's on H&R Lowland springs to allow me to actually play a little bit. So whilst it handles very, very well, it's not as pokey. I don't think it's ever supposed to be, and by no stretch of my imagination did I ever think it was going to be as quick as my FN2. But I am happy with it. I am, and it has to be said that I've fallen in love with this little car. There's a few things to be said that's been mentioned. For example, it's not particularly economical and it's not particularly fast, so it's a bit of jack of no trades. It's a great car, it's a Honda, it drives well and everything works, but you know, it's not a plug-in hybrid. It's never working on just an electric motor, so it's sort of missed the boat somewhat, this car. But you know, it is a 60 plate. It is 12 years old. I am impressed with the car as a car, and honestly, if it was your only car, I think this would be amazing, an amazing car. But I do have a choice of vehicles, and my FN2 my FN2 is a great Honda, and I'm really impressed with that as well. I think it's one of those things where perhaps this car doesn't quite tick enough of the boxes. If it was an RPG game, you'd want to put more points into economy or more points into speed or power, and it just doesn't do that. So I'm wondering whether these aren't particularly popular because of that fact, because it's not a genuine electric motored vehicle, so that you're not using any fuel at all at any point. I think that would be good. I think Honda would have done pretty well with that. I'm sure they probably do make that sort of vehicle, but I love it. And don't get me wrong, like I say, this isn't a criticism video. This is just a realistic video for me telling you my opinion on how I think this vehicle is just not quite there on some of those finer points like performance and economy. It doesn't have one or the other, or doesn't do either of them particularly well. I love the feel of the vehicle and how I'm driving it, the seating position, the dashboard. I love the ergonomics of it. I love the endorphins that I get from seeing it go green and it telling me that I'm doing a good job, Dan. Yeah, and I like the way it looks, and realistically a lot of people buy cars for the way they look, and this would be one of them, and I'm happy to have it. It's just one of those strange occurrences where it doesn't quite do everything brilliantly. So there you go. So that's my review. I'm going to continue to drive it and enjoy it. So this is my Sunday, and off I go for another little drive. Catch you all soon.